When the holiday season rolls around, you're pretty much guaranteed to hear the smooth a cappella stylings of Pentatonix. If you ever wondered how this group conquered Christmas, here's how they got there. As many longtime fans of Pentatonix know, the three founding members, Kirsten Maldonado, Scott Hoyne, and Mitch Grassi, met when they were all in high school. Grassi told Go Pride that the three each share an affinity for choir that would prove to be instrumental in their lives. Hoyne has also shared a similar story, explaining to entertainment.ie that the three grew up together and that he went on to develop a passion for a cappella music that he quickly shared with Maldonado and Grassi. In fact, Grassi explained to the site just how new a cappella was to each of them. Each of the members of the group had a long-time interest in musical theater, classical music, and choir, but once Hoyne learned about a cappella music, it was a game changer. Grassi said, "So we all really loved music, but the a cappella thing wasn't really a main thing for any of us. When Scott went to college, he was in an a cappella group, and that's when he started to get into it." In 2011, Hoyne, Grassi, and Maldonado decided it was time to take their act to the next level. Hoyne and Maldonado were in college when the former asked the rest of the group if they wanted to try out for the sing-off. Luckily, they agreed, but then they were promptly confronted with a snag. They needed 5 people in their group to be on the show. Hoyne told entertainment.ie that they solved the problem quickly, explaining, "I wanted to try out for the sing-off with my 2 friends, Kirsty and Mitch, but you have to have at least 5 people, so we decided to add a bass and beatboxer." The Hollywood Reporter has noted that things really came together for Pentatonix when they were down to the wire. It turns out that the quintet wasn't all the way formed until the day before they were due to audition. Kevin Olushala told the publication that things really were that hectic. He was planning to go to medical school before taking the leap to join the group. Clearly, it was meant to be. Olushala added, "I had no idea we could connect like that instantaneously. We had this musical synergy that I had never felt before." In the end, Pentatonix ended up winning Season 3 of the show, setting the group on a path toward a surreal degree of success. The members of Pentatonix were surprised when they were unceremoniously dropped from their record label not too long after their sing-off win. In retrospect, Maldonado says the move wasn't that difficult to understand, given the unusual nature of the group. She told TribLive.com, "They didn't know what to do with us, which is understandable because we are a cappella, which is not commonly mainstream. Instead of giving up, the group decided to take matters into their own hands and harness the power of social media and YouTube." Scott Hoyne told entertainment.ie that the YouTube channel was really the secret to everything. After explaining that the group was worried people's attention spans would move on quickly once the novelty of their sing-off win had worn off, he says that moving the show to the internet was the plan. He added, "We thought people are going to forget about us really fast, and our label had dropped us, so we thought, okay, I guess we're on our own. Let's start a YouTube channel," and that's when it really took off. Hoyne told Entertainment Weekly that the group is so much like a family that they don't always gel with one another, with Mitch Grassi adding, "We get snappy." Hoyne was quick to explain that while that's true, the group gets along and works together well. Hoyne also told entertainment.ie that if there's one thing that can test the group's bond, it's being out on the road. Understandably, the grind of performing each night and traveling each day can exhaust even the closest of friends, and Hoyne says that having to arrange music while doing so compounds that considerably. He explained, "We always have to arrange on tour and write on tour, so whenever we have to double up on work, do shows and write and arrange before and after them, usually we're a little more tired and irritable." While it's clear that each of the members of Pentatonix have been serious about the group since the sing-off, Scott Hoyne and Kirsten Maldonado had to prove their dedication in a big way. When it was time to do the show, they were each in their freshman years of college. In the end, they had to make a choice: stay in school or move to Los Angeles to pursue their dream. Maldonado told Tulsa World that she had originally planned to move to New York to pursue a career in stage performance before taking a sharp turn westward instead. She says that the chance to be on the show together was too much to pass up, explaining, "We thought it would be a cool opportunity and take us to the next level where we all wanted to go individually." It might be tempting to assume that the members of Pentatonix are so close they must all love the same music, but doing so would be a mistake. While speaking to entertainment.ie, Scott Hoyne explained that though each member is into something else, their common enthusiasm for harmonies is what ties the group together. He said, "Mitch loves tons of harmonies. I was always a big R&B guy. Avi loves choral music, and Kevin loves classical music, so he's really big into counterpoint and technical things. Kirsten loves singer-songwriters." Hoyne also says that these diverse influences and interests are what make the group stronger. Additionally, the fact that each member can draw from a different influence makes the music they work on and create together all the more powerful and enriched. When it was time to release the group's first original album, Grassi told Popdust that they drew inspiration from a variety of sources, including singers from the 1990s. He said, The funny thing is, I feel like we pulled a lot of influence from either 90s singers like Lauryn Hill or people who are imitating her like Tori Kelly. Even though Pentatonix got their start by performing a cappella covers on the Sing-Off and on YouTube, the group had its sights set on producing their own original music too. In an interview with Entertainment.ie from 7 years ago, Mitch Grossi emphasized this point when he explained, "This next album that we are going to do is primarily original, so we are starting to work with writers and write on our own to kind of create our own sound."
I feel like the first time we were working on an original album, there were a lot of questions about how do we do it? What's the formula for an awesome pop song?
That album ended up being their self-titled release that hit music stores, radio, and the internet in 2015. As reported by Billboard, the album hit #1 on the brand's Top 200 chart, which was an incredibly impressive feat for an a cappella group. Scott Hoyne told the Sun Chronicle that making the decision to create original music was pretty natural for the group. It was just time. He said, "I think we thought it was time to focus on originals because we had just done a bunch of covers and we had had success in that way." As he added, the group just felt like it was the right time to go for it. So they did. Pentatonix had a lot to celebrate when the 2015 Grammys rolled around. The group won their first ever award for Best Arrangement, Instrumental, or A Cappella. The group was understandably thrilled with the win, even updating their website with a statement celebrating their victory. They wrote, "More than 48 hours later, we are still feeling the Grammy buzz. This past weekend was one of the greatest of our entire lives and such a major moment for Pentatonix." The group capitalized on their success almost immediately, heading out on a nationwide tour throughout the United States. As Riff magazine notes, the band sold out nearly all of their dates. While speaking to the publication ahead of the Grammy Awards, Scott Hoyne put all his hopes out there. Pentatonix really wanted to win. He said that he felt like they had a strong shot, especially because of the unique nature of their group, explaining, "People want to see something new, refreshing, organic. I think there's something humble and super fun about a cappella." When it comes to writing and arranging their own music, the members of Pentatonix really prefer to work together as much as possible. Scott Hoyne told Cincinnati Magazine that typically, one member of the group will come up with an idea for a song or arrangement and explain how the other members can contribute to either original music or performing a cover of a song. Since he, Mitch Grossi, and Kirsten Maldonado all have different styles and voices, the group then begins collaborating on how to best make the song shine. Hoyne adds that when it comes to arranging a song, there's often a lot of improvisation, but the end result is often the same, just a good time with people they each love. He explains, "By the time we are done arranging it, we have it learned and ready to perform. It's a really fun, organic process, just making stuff up on the spot with your friends." While speaking to Billboard in 2019, Scott Hoyne was quick to credit social media with being their, quote, "biggest power move," as using the various platforms has allowed the band to directly interact with fans and build loyalty and even friendships.
Hey, we're Pentatonix!
In fact, Pentatonix began as The Trio when they first started their YouTube channel, but just having a channel on the platform wasn't enough. There's a lot of work that goes into making something happen professionally through YouTube and other social media and sharing platforms. One way Pentatonix used YouTube to their full advantage was to really flesh out the description box of each video, adding links to their website, sites where fans can buy songs, and all of their social media pages and accounts. Fans were able to feel like they really had a bond with the band, which in turn made the fans keep coming back for more. Fans were stunned when Avi Kaplan, who joined the group back in 2011 for The Sing-Off, left Pentatonix in 2017. Kaplan announced his departure in an emotional video posted on Facebook, explaining that the decision wasn't one he made quickly or easily, but in the end, Kaplan felt he wasn't able to stay connected to friends and family the way he wanted to as a member of the group.
This decision is something that I've been struggling with a lot.
Kaplan also added that he didn't want to do anything to stop the group's success, so he decided it was time to go. He explained, "I could never inhibit their success in any way. I would never, ever want that."
I really just do not want to slow down this group.
While fans were disappointed and upset, they were also thrilled when the band announced they had a replacement for Kaplan. Matt Sully announced he had come on board in October 2017, writing on Instagram that he already felt at home with the group. The post said, "They have been nothing but the most humble and sweet human beings in the world, and I'm so blessed and humbled to work with a group of people I've looked up to for such a long time." Pentatonix concerts are a hot ticket for fans, so that necessarily means that not everyone who wants to see them live will get to. For those fans who haven't gotten a chance to see them or who want to relive the experience of a show, there's a film. Pentatonix On My Way Home is a concert film and documentary made during the group's 2015 World Tour.
This kind of small genre we do, competing against the world, if you will. That's what we're doing now.
In an interview with Billboard, Scott Hoyne explained the idea behind documenting the group's biggest and most successful tour as of yet. He said, Our manager told us, "What you do is so interesting and unique. It would be cool to document your tour because you'll also be doing your first original album at the same time." Avi Kaplan told Billboard that he and the rest of the group had given the project their seal of approval. He explained that it's an authentic look at their life on the road, adding, "We all really love the film. I think it really gives people the inside look on what we do and who we are." On My Way Home also delves into the group's origin story, offering fans a glimpse of how the group first got together and then made it big. Kirsten Maldonado said, "It does a great job of being really sentimental and nostalgic with our families and our lives beforehand." With the group's meteoric rise to fame, Pentatonix has collaborated with an extraordinary array of musicians. The impressive list ranges from the legendary Stevie Wonder to country music icon Dolly Parton. In fact, working with Parton led to Pentatonix winning their third Grammy in 2017 when they sang alongside her on a cover of her hit Jolene. Other performers who have worked with Pentatonix include Reba McEntire, Jennifer Hudson, the Backstreet Boys, Kelly Clarkson, Maren Morris, Jason Derulo, and Tori Kelly. Maldonado told the Oklahoman that it had been surreal to work with stars whom they'd long admired, becoming peers instead of just fans. She added, "It's really cool that we've been able to have these opportunities to surround ourselves with these people because they're brilliant." Thankfully, Pentatonix hasn't run into the old "don't meet your heroes" trap. Maldonado said that Parton was maybe the nicest person she's ever met. She added that others were gracious and genuine and so wonderful. While Kaplan left Pentatonix to start his solo career, other members have remained in the fold while kicking off theirs. Kevin Olushela became the first to unveil a solo project, his 2015 EP, The Renegade. A full decade later, he released his first full-fledged solo album, 2025's Dawn of a Misfit. Maldonado released her first solo single, Break a Little, in 2017. She followed that up with her debut solo EP, Love, released the same year. In 2018, she took a hiatus from Pentatonix to make her debut on Broadway, starring in the musical Kinky Boots.
I had seen the show 3 times before, actually.
In 2021, Mitch Grossi went solo with Roses, credited to his musical alter ego, Messer. That was followed by another Messer album in 2025, Cuts. Hoying has also pursued his solo ambitions with his 2023 debut album, Parallel. He told the Associated Press at the time, "I have always been a little bit scared to be vulnerable and kind of put myself out there as a solo act. And I feel like this timing is just so perfect because I'm entering this very beautiful era of my life, like producing and making music and being more motivated than ever." Pentatonix has made all kinds of music, but Christmas music remains their bread and butter. That was evident with the release of the group's 6th holiday album, Evergreen, in 2021. They released yet another Christmas album, Holidays Around the World, the following year. That one, as the title suggests, features various holiday songs from all over the globe. Maldonado revealed to People at the time that the album also included 3 new songs, adding, "It was really cool because we also got to experience all the cultural differences in music there, so the album's really fun and really eclectic in that way. But it was really awesome, just because we never get to have that big of a span in the type of music that we do." The group's 2023 release was a 31-track greatest hits package, the greatest Christmas hits. In an interview with Billboard, Hoying said releasing new Christmas music was getting trickier and the group was having to step up its creativity. He said, "Honestly, there's only so many Christmas songs, and we've released 94 of them." Pentatonix released its 8th Christmas album in 2025, Christmas in the City. It featured yet another collaboration with a big name in music, though this one has been dead for more than 2 decades, Frank Sinatra. Producers found an unreleased take of Old Blue Eyes singing, "I've Got My Love to Keep Me Warm." Pentatonix recorded some harmonies, and they were digitally combined with Sinatra's vocals. Hoying said in a statement, "We are really excited about this album because it feels like such a big, bold, and fresh choice for us. We were so inspired by the feeling of New York City during the holidays and wanted to make a record that encapsulated that feeling of warmth, excitement, and timelessness." The group also announced a series of holiday tour dates, which began in early November and is set to wrap up just before Christmas. Olushela said in his own statement, "This holiday season, we are bringing you the hits you know and love, the theatrical magic that makes Christmas feel so special, and a few nostalgic sounds from the past, all in one unforgettable night." If there was one breakout member of Pentatonix in 2025, it was Scott Hoying. In addition to everything the group was doing, he had a run on Dancing with the Stars, hoofing it alongside pro dancer Riley Arnold. Hoying's journey on the show came to an end on the October 21st episode, which was not a moment too soon, given that the first date on Pentatonix's holiday tour was November 8th. On top of that, Hoying and his husband, Mark Manio, announced they were expecting a baby through surrogacy. Hoying told People, "We used an agency, and we wanted to have our surrogate in LA because we want to go to every single appointment."
Our surrogate is pregnant.
We're gonna be dads.
The parents-to-be also announced they'd written their second children's book together, Falala Family. Hoynes said in a different interview with People that the book aims to illustrate how many different types of families there are. He said, "We just realized that family is community and family is love, no matter what, and so it can look a lot of different types of ways. We wanted to spread that message to any kids or families reading this book."